Hi, welcome to episode 2 of Flying Lessons. I'm Melissa Whitkey. Thanks for joining me today. The title of the message today is Reasons Not To. Hey, this is about walking out in faith. This whole channel is about encouraging you to be everything that God has asked you to be, to do everything that you're here and destined to do, and to step out in a big way. But oftentimes we're going to run into circumstances in our lives that are going to give us a reason not to. And that's what I want to talk about today. I have been faced with a lot of problems in my life, and I decided to still be here, to still show up today. I have lost in the past 2 weeks, I lost my aunt, I lost my dog, and just last Tuesday, I lost my dad. This has been one of the hardest times in my life. I have a lot coming against me. But it's funny, when you have a purpose to fulfill, when you've made a commitment to yourself and to God, then these reasons, these things that are trying to stop me from doing what I'm here to do aren't enough. And that's what I want to talk about, because there's always going to be circumstances in our lives that are going to try to get in the way. And if we stop when things are hard in our lives, and I'm not asking you to do what I've done, or I'm probably not doing what other people have done. Strength is individual. Strength is something that we're each given by God. But what I'm asking you to do is to think about all the reasons there are to not fly in life, right? You've got bills to pay, you've got a job, you've got this, you've got that, you've got young kids, or you have your parents to take care of, or you have bills to pay, or there's all sorts of circumstances that will get in our way. But what I want to encourage you to do is to fly anyway. I want you to decide and then live according to that decision. And that's what I'm here to talk about tonight. Things right now, again, in my life are really hard. And I know I'm not alone. I am talking to so many people who are telling me that this is one of the hardest years that they've faced. And I don't know what it is. It's a collectively bad year for all of us, or I'm hoping there's some people that are having a great year. But for a lot of the people that are in my life that I come across every day, or who reach out to me for support and encouragement, they're having a hard time of it. So I know I'm not alone. So sometimes I find comfort in that. Sometimes I find comfort in that, at every moment in time, every human emotion is being felt somewhere by someone. Did you ever think about that? I remember years ago, actually, when I lost one of my other dogs. And I remember going for a walk in our neighborhood, and I was so sad. But it was in June, and it was during graduation season. And there were graduation parties going on, and there were lawn displays, and there were balloons tied to mailboxes. And at the time that I was suffering and feeling, strong grief in my life as I'm walking, my dog had just died, and I went for a walk to clear my head. And at that same moment, there were people all around me celebrating. They were experiencing happy moments. So oftentimes what I realize is that at any given moment somewhere, there's someone feeling every human emotion fathomable. So to me, that's comforting. To me, it always makes me know that I'm not alone. But again, we know we're not alone, right? Because we're here with God. We're here to fulfill our God-given purpose. That was last week's episode, which is getting ready to fly, really deciding, making that decision. And one of the things that I realize is that our circumstances are temporary. The things that we walk through in life, thankfully, don't last forever. Circumstances change. But our destiny, what we're here for, the thing that's going to make us fly, that's going to launch us off the ground, that's a forever thing. Your purpose, your destiny is what you're here for. I want to encourage you to fly regardless of your circumstances. And I know that, life is hard for all of us. There's times in our life where we don't think that we can get up again. It's funny, in the book that I'm about to release, it's called Get Up and Fight, Your Best Life is Waiting. And the whole point of that book is, I was getting my black belt in Kung Fu, and I learned this life lesson about life and Kung Fu will knock you down, right? And in that moment, we have to make a decision, right? Are we going to just lay there, feel sorry for ourselves, lick our wounds? Joyce Meyer always says, don't park at the point of your pain. So many people give up and let that pain or something they've suffered through define them. And hey, I, feel what you feel and work through it, but always get back up. Start moving again. The longer we lay there, I know I've felt this in my own life, the longer we lay there and stop moving forward, the harder it is to move again. Kung Fu taught me that, right? When you get knocked down to the ground, you have a second to get back up, and you've got to get back up stronger and ready to fight. And so that's, it was a great analogy for me. And so while I'm going through really hard things right now in my own life, there's three really motivating factors that I want to share. Number one, there's people all around me who are suffering that I have the opportunity to help. So that always encourages me to get up again and keep going. Number two, Jesus died on the cross so that I could have this life, right? He suffered greatly for me. And so I don't want to have that be in vain. So I have to keep going because of what he did for me. So I'm always cognizant of the fact that I made a commitment to God that I'm going to do this. And number three, that's what I'm here for. I want to fly. I want to feel whatever it is that I'm supposed to feel in life. I want to do everything that I'm here to do, and I want to be everything that I can be for everyone who needs me to be. I'm not doing this for myself. I really am not. I'm not doing it just for me. Yes, I want to have that peace that transcends understanding that the Bible promises us. And when we fulfill our purpose and go after it, I believe we can have it. This is what it's going to mean to fly and to leave the ground and to be excited and to run at life. So what I want to encourage you today, if you are going through hard things, find people to support you. Find people who can embrace you. Come to my channel. I will encourage you. I know what it's like to feel pain. I could have filled my pool with the amount of tears that I have shed over the past week alone since my dad died. And we have to feel. We're human. We have to feel. We have to let it out. The other thing I do encourage you is to let other people help you. I am not good at receiving, and it's something I'm working on. I've talked to some of my friends who wanted to do things, and I'm finally letting them. And I said to them, but I acknowledged it. I have never really been taught to receive. I've always been good at giving, but not receiving. So that's something I'm working on, especially in this time where, a hug, a card, a call, a meal, whatever people want to do for you, let them do it. Let them surround you. Find people who love and support you and encourage you. And again, come back here because I'll do that for you. I want to see you fly. I want to hear your stories. I want people to write to me and say, Melissa, I'm doing it. I had a young woman that I've been working with for a while now, and she told me my encouragement is one of the reasons she's about to launch her own business, because I have been telling her to fly. What I told you in my last episode was that I love seeing that spark in someone's eyes, and I love calling it out. I love to hear their story, their purpose. We all know what it is. I see it in you. If you're denying it to yourself, I'm going to call it out for you because I see it. And I hope there's other people in your life who do too. So this episode, again, I want you to reflect at moments of challenge in your life. Feel what you feel, but then reflect on what lessons can I learn? Where is God taking me? Receive the strength that God alone can give us. Surround yourself with people who love you and encourage you. Find people to listen to like this, someone who's going to encourage you through your pain, through the hard stuff. But don't let any circumstance in your life be the reason not to fly. I'm here. It's Sunday night at 10 p.m. I dragged my heels all weekend long because I was feeling really bad, but I'm here. I got up and I said, you know what? I'm going down there. I'm going to record a video. I'm going to encourage people. Someone needs to hear this as much as I need to be speaking it. Other people are going through really hard stuff. I know so many people have lost people they love. That is one of the hardest parts of life, is to lose those we love. It's pain. And the only way to get is through, right? The only way I was going to say get over it, but you don't really get over it. You just got to go through it. You've got to move through your pain. You have to move to the other side. You have to receive God's love and strength and peace. And you've got to keep going because we have a mission to fulfill. You have a destiny to fulfill. The world needs what you have. That's the message of flying lessons. You have something inside of you that the world needs. There's people who are waiting for you and your unique gifts and exactly what you have to bring. They're waiting. They're waiting for me and they're waiting for you. And so we have reasons. But you know what I also say to myself? I may have reasons to feel sorry for myself. I may have reasons to not fly and to stop and want to stop. But you know what? I don't feel like I have a right to do that because I've given this one life. And especially when we lose people we love, it makes it more important to me. It makes me more committed to doing the things that I want to do, that God wants me to do. I want to help people more. I want my life to count. And your life counts too. Each one of us are here for a purpose, a God-given purpose. We're supposed to fly. We're supposed to soar. We're supposed to just know what it feels like the eagle or the hawk, to soar above it all and to no longer worry about these little things. I promise you one thing, when you get on your path and you know what your purpose is, the little things that used to bother you will no longer bother you. What other people are doing will no longer be within your purview. You won't even be looking anymore. Once you're focused, you'll be happy. You'll have peace. You'll be on purpose. You'll know it. You'll be moving towards your God-given destiny. And that's what you're here for. So there will always be reasons. We're too busy. We're tired. We don't have enough money. We don't know the right people. I don't have the influence. I don't have a platform. I don't have this. I don't have that. We're so good at inventorying everything we don't have. But what I want to suggest to you at these moments where you have these reasons, I could fill notebooks full. I could fill, textbooks. I could probably fill a whole library full of excuses and reasons not to do it. What's an excuse, by the way? Did you ever think, what is an excuse? To me, my definition for what an excuse is just a lie I tell myself. Because no excuse is going to stand up for me to not do what I know I'm called to do. This is flying lessons. We're supposed to launch. You've got to do it boldly. You have to do it with passion and excitement. And you've just got to do it with this knowing that nothing's going to stop you. I told you 3 big losses in my life in a 2-week period. And I've had other things this year that have just knocked me to the ground. And I'm still here. Why? And what I'm trying to let you see in me, that once you find your passion and your purpose, and you know what you're here for, nothing is going to stop you. Nothing feels better. This is invigorating for me. Again, like I told you, it's 10 o'clock on Sunday night, and I've had one of the worst weeks probably in my life. But I'm here because this invigorates me, and I know that I'm called to share for you and for everyone who hears my voice, for anyone who's suffering right now, anyone who's just doesn't feel like following through. That's the other thing. Reasons. They don't have to be reasons like this. They could be any reason. I encourage you to put your reasons aside. Put your excuses aside. I have a question for you before we end. Who would you be without your excuses? Have you ever thought about that? I want you to think about that because we're going to talk about that next time. Who would you be without your excuses? I've spent a lot of time thinking about that in my own life. And you know what? At the end of the day, I like the person I am without excuses. And I hope you do too. So that's it for today. A short, sweet lesson. I hope you'll join me. If you like this, please subscribe to my channel. Please come back next time. Share this. Share this information with someone who's hurting. If this is helpful to you, if you know someone who's hurting and could use some encouragement, share this with them too, because I want to help whoever I can help. I want this message, these words to touch someone else. Again, if my words don't resonate, please find someone else who does. They're all over the internet. They're all over YouTube. There's all sorts of people out there. Find someone who encourages you to find your purpose and get ready to fly. Thanks for joining me. Look forward to next time.